Well, now time for our chat with PGG Wrightson for the final time in 2020. We're going to catch up with the National Dairy Manager, Jamie Cunningham, who joins me via Zoom from Fielding on Roundup. Well, Jamie, welcome to the program. Always appreciate your time, and boy oh boy, we've just a few days to go before the end of the year. If you're like me, you'll be looking forward to a bit of a break.
Yeah, very much so, Mark. It's been a big old year, and the teams have been pretty busy building into Christmas. That's for sure. So still a bit to do between now and the end of next week, middle of next week. But yeah, busy times. That's for sure.
Yeah, of course, it is a busy time for you. But just before we get into what's happening at the moment and what's the future, what about this year of 2020? It's been a bit of a strange one.
Yeah, that's for sure. Interesting. You know, we sort of this time last year, you know, we had plenty of feed right throughout the country. We were looking pretty good, and you know, we went into early into the new year, early 2020, and had some processing issues, I guess, with people getting stock away. Got particularly dry, you know, very much in the north. And then I suppose we had the COVID hit us, which probably knocked a few plans out of order, that's for sure, and gave us a lot of challenges with our sale yards and the way we conducted business with our clients. So it was a challenging time, that's for sure. We probably didn't have much of an autumn either, was the other thing, you know, but lucky enough for the kind winter that most parts of the country had, and probably enabled us to make some headway there. But it's been an interesting year, that's for sure, and I suppose COVID's probably been the topical one of for sure that has tripped everyone's plans up, really.
It was kind of good though with PGG Wrightson having that bidder platform sort of set to go, in fact in operation, that it was able to step up and really cover some of that load.
Yeah, look, it was fantastic that we could utilise it at that time, and as you say, it was already set up, and it was a great benefit. It gave us an option versus not having a lot of options. So that was fantastic to see. It's building momentum, I suppose. At the moment, seems to be very popular in that hybrid space, and which is great to see. And I'm sure we'll see it move along in the new year.
So now let's tell us about the current situation. Hot days, beautiful days. How's it all going?
Yeah, look, there's plenty of feed around, I guess, throughout the country. Really, you know, a lot of mature feed. There's a lot of supplement being made right throughout the country, and you know, we're probably seeing a bit of heat coming now. So you know, we need to any rain we can get now will bank, and basically in all parts of the country. But yeah, there's plenty of feed out there. Cattle are doing particularly well, and I guess lambs are still looking for a bit of sun, that's for sure. But we're starting to get a bit of heat now. So any rain we get now is a plus, though. And I guess we hopefully get a Christmas present through that break of some decent rain in parts of the country to set us up well for the new year.
So what are the sales doing? What's happening at the moment?
Yeah, some pretty big cattle sales happening at the moment right throughout the country. There's a lot of stock being traded. We're just probably at the tail end of that now. You know, Fielding's got its last store sale of the year today, but I guess probably early in the new year, you know, we kick off with some very big cattle fairs on the 5th of January is the first one, and that's King Country Tikawiti start up there, and then basically follow suit right throughout the country. She's a pretty big start to the first week back's always a lot of cattle traded, and right through January with on-farm sales, etc. It's a busy time, and there'll be a lot of stock traded, that's for sure.
So Jamie, how are you feeling about 2021? Are you thinking things are going to recover? I mean, it's still a bit of an unknown, isn't it, what's going to happen next?
Yeah, I think we're watching with interest what's happening with with places like China and the ports and things like that. I guess, you know, world markets particularly of interest for us. You know, we obviously from a country point of view, you know, we export so much for our product. We've got to be very mindful of that. I guess if we looked at the meat space, it's interesting. Let's see what happens around the world with fine dining and things, and hopefully that opens up again. The GDT, the dairy trade, that's looking pretty good and boxing along quite nicely. So look, let's hope for a positive year ahead. I guess we put COVID behind us from hopefully from a New Zealand point of view, and the rest of the world managed to get on top of it, and hopefully things open up again. It can only move forward, that's for sure.
And what about your team? Do they all get a bit of a break at this time? Well, as you say, you're right back into it on the 5th of January, so it's a pretty early start, really, isn't it?
Yeah, look, our teams will vary. Some of them will get away for most of the guys will get away for a week to 10 days, maybe a little bit more. But there will be some people that'll be back very early in the new year to get organised for those sales. But look, it's a great opportunity for not only us and our teams, but to spend some time with their families, etc. But also our clients to hopefully get a little bit of downtime and get some time away or some quality time with family, and I guess enjoy the break really. So let's hope that everyone has a good break and that come back refreshed and ready to go for 2021. That's for sure.